What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Any Sport. Today we're looking at the worst NHL scandals of all time. At number 3, Todd Bertuzzi. Just 5 years after McSorley's vicious stick swing, Todd Bertuzzi sucker punched Steve Moore on the ice and slammed his face on the ice, giving him 3 fractured neck vertebrae and a concussion. It should be noted that Steve Moore gave Marcus Nussland a concussion in their prior meeting with a headshot hit that would be pretty illegal today. Todd Bertuzzi gave a tearful apology and was suspended for the rest of the 2004 NHL season. He returned in the 2006 season, and Steve Moore hasn't played since. Why it's ranked here? Like the McSorley stick swing, this sent negative shockwaves around the country and pretty much showed that every time hockey was in the news, it was for a negative reason. This was probably a major reason for fans bailing on hockey in the pre-lockout years. Even Moore's hit was controversial, and because of hits like that, the NHL has taken action and is on the road to banning hits to the head. At number 2, the Mike Danton story. This may be one of the most bizarre and disturbing stories in hockey history, and it's a great example of why the hockey world really needs to carefully examine junior hockey head coaches and agents. Mike Danton was a budding star as a junior. Unfortunately, he was playing for David Frost, who took obsessive control over Danton's life and eventually made him become estranged from his family. Danton's original last name was Jefferson, but he changed it so he can officially separate himself from his family. Frost had convinced him to do this. Things took a turn for the worse though. After the 03-04 playoffs, it was found that Danton was attempting to hire a hitman to murder David Frost, and he was later arrested. A week after the arrest, a taped phone call between Frost and Danton was found. Frost was giving Danton directions on how to handle the court process. The most bizarre part of the call is Frost forcing Danton to tell him, quote, "I love you." Frost had taken complete control over Danton's career, and it's bizarre and strange because of Frost's history. He was charged with 12 counts of sexual exploitation with 3 girls and 4 boys between the ages of 14 and 16. Danton now denies that he was trying to kill Frost. He instead says he was trying to kill his father, Steve Jefferson, because he was abused when he was growing up. Why it's ranked here? Well, this is probably one of the strangest stories ever. It's a story about an impressionable boy who wasn't thick-skinned, not being able to take criticisms from his parents too well, so he relied on a person who seemed very nice but was after his own interests, whether they were sexual or not. An unfortunate story, and it really shows that people need to know what they're putting their kids into. And at number 1, the Sheldon Kennedy story. This is an unfortunate story of a junior hockey coach sexually abusing one of his players, giving him trauma, a shortened career, and problems in life that a person with a normal junior hockey coach would never have to deal with. Graham James was the coach. Sheldon Kennedy was the player. James sexually abused Kennedy numerous times while he was in junior hockey, and Kennedy never opened his mouth out of fear. James controlled Kennedy throughout his time in the juniors. James was incarcerated for 350 sexual assaults against Kennedy and another unnamed player. Darren Fleury, once a legend for the Calgary Flames, also wrote in his book that he had been assaulted by Graham James. This explained why his career was so troubled because of drugs and emotional trauma. Why it's ranked at number 1? Well, unfortunately, Kennedy's career was cut short because of the trauma. Graham James is now in Mexico, and he faced numerous other accusations of sexual assault and molestation throughout his time in Canada. Kennedy's courage to step up and speak out against James should be lauded. Not many people know about him, but this is a true and tragic story of how a young child's dream can be shattered because of maniacs like James, who should be put away for good. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video of Any Sport. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.